Hi guys, so I am currently painting the Crimson Fist Captain. I mean the Captain Messenius conversion or whatever you call it. But very often I get really, and I mean really bored while doing a project. What can you do? Especially when I have to put a lot of effort into it. And the Crimson Fist Captain will be such a project. So what do I do then? Well, there are a few possibilities. You can, for example, make a longer pause, read a book, watch something, enjoy your leisure time in any other way. There is no better way than painting models. So, like I said, you can, for example, listen to some music, do some sports, read any kind of novels that you like, or do any other crap that the normies do. But what I do is I take a very different model, something with which I can make a quick and dirty run. Not much blending, simple layers. And here comes in Sergeant Kell. As usual here, I started with a double black layer. First a sturdy 1-for-all primer and then a black Vallejo. The main point of focus here of course is the flag. I wanted it to have the original colors, so for reference I look for some pictures. The obvious one is of course the original Games Workshop paint scheme. But I also liked this version. Kudos to the painter. His nickname is MiserablePainter29. Really great job. So I tried to mix both of those and of course to add a little bit of my own flavor. After the main red and blue, I thought I would paint a white undertone for the highlights. This always makes the brighter colors pop and makes them more juicy and vibrant. And please don't get me wrong, this is always a great idea, but the blending phase here was really boring and it was eating up a lot of time. This model was supposed to be a quick paint job. So I painted the red base once again and started just layering. With a thinner paint of course, but it was still layering. The blues of course got the same treatment. The flag, as you can see, has a lot of gold elements. And I promised myself not to make this a glazing circus. So I started layering thin paint once again. It turned out quite well. Not perfect in any stretch, but good enough. It always helps me to put the base layers on the model. This makes the model look a little bit more finished and allows me to not miss any points in the afterwards job. For his uniform I took two paints. I made a between tone and then started painting all of the raised areas with the brighter paints. The same plan went for all of the parchment papers and paper-like elements. Some details here and there, and the flag was almost done. I didn't quite have the good colors for the armor now when I look at it in retrospect, but I wanted the armor a bit smoother than the rest of the model. So once again the base color, then the highlight colors. I mixed one color with the base color and the highlight one. When they were placed, I blended it a little bit, fine for me. When we come to the head and one of the hands, I used my usual mix. Bagman's Glow, Kislev Flesh, Cadian Flesh Tone, Flayed One Flesh. After the rather unexpected armor success, I thought it would also be a good idea to blend all of the metallics. Well, of course it makes a lot of sense on paper, but this model is so small and my eyesight is so bad that after trying on a small piece of the model, I just went in with stippling all of the colors and some rather aggressive edge highlighting. It worked fine. Not perfect, but fine. The sword is an eye catcher, something that stands out on the model, so I wanted to have some transitions there. Unfortunately, it turned out medium at best. But once done, I didn't want to redo it. I even forgot to paint the back of the sword, but let's leave it as it is. Sometimes it's better just to leave it how you have it and not come back to it. There were also some elements on the base, two skulls, a rather simplified brown color and some brown highlights for the ground, the dirt, a few grass tufts, painting the edges onto the base, and he was ready. So let's see the finished model. This miniature was a lot of fun, a very detailed model as it turned out. This wasn't visible to me until I started painting him. The flag was a bit hard to paint, and it took most of the modeling time. But afterwards, it was a piece of cake for the rest of the model. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment, I would really appreciate it. As always, thank you for joining me today. You are all spectacular and I really mean it. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give a like, give a share, leave a comment. Have a look at my Instagram and Patreon. There's also a link to a Discord channel which is totally free for you guys. So take care and see you on the next one. And don't forget, the Emperor protects.